became a parent, I'd had the perfect training for feeling like I hadn't got the faintest bloody clue what was going on, for incessantly trying things I felt sure would work, only to see them fail, for meticulously preparing for hours, only to see things go wrong in an instant. In short, if you want to learn what it's like to feel stupid, frustrated, baffled, stressed, and bored at the same time, please can I recommend a career in scientific research? Because science as it is done is very different from science as it's written. That's the dirty little secret that gets distilled away, first when cleaning up the narrative for journals, and then when telling that story through the press. Science looks like a neat rack of answers when actually it's a writhing mass of questions. Science is less about control and more about curiosity. Science isn't pristine lab coats or exact measures or predictable outcomes. Science and scientific parenting is about asking why. Or more often, it's about asking, why? So here's the most important thing I want to share about the art of parenting like a scientist. It's mainly the art of getting comfortable with uncertainty, of learning not to panic. And that's not easy because the stakes are so high. What we want is to be certain that we're doing the right thing by this tiny, dependent creature, or this gangling, awkward creature, depending on the stage you've reached. But parenting is all about uncertainty. You're learning as you go. Even if you've parented before or have been parenting for years, this child in front of you right now is unique and unknown. In the face of the unknown, there's an art to staying calm, creative, and above all, curious about the children in our lives. Whenever we're disappointed, scared, or confused, there's money to be made. Parenting manuals are clutched like life belts. NCT WhatsApp groups light up with, is anyone else's baby grinding their gums or banging their heads or eating pebbles? The first few months can become a frenetic charting exercise of sleep and feeding intervals, wonder weeks, regressions and milestones. There is a sense that out there, somewhere, there's a key to it all. A routine or a trick or a secret that will elevate you to being a good parent of a perfect little baby. Here's something you need to know. Babies are not born to be content. They're born to need. They need food, comfort, connection, and safety, and they cry. That's not a bug, it's a feature. The same way that fussy toddlers, argumentative tweens, and sullen, withdrawn teenagers are all stereotypes for a reason. Babies who didn't raise hell when they were hungry, afraid, or cold were not babies who lived long enough to become your ancestors. I felt insecure in the earliest days of my daughter's life, even when she wasn't crying. I once ran into the nearest clothes shop to try to find a fleece all-in-one for my 3-week-old because a total stranger commented that it looked like she had a cold neck. In retrospect, I realised it was a warm spring day. She was under a blanket and, oh yes, we were inside a cafe at the time. But anxious parents are phenomenally vulnerable. There's a double whammy of fear, first of failing this person you're responsible for, and second of shame that other people seem to know better than you do. Faced with broken sleep, fussy eating, tantrums, bedwetting, withdrawal, risk-taking and rebellion, it's easy to feel like a failure, rather than seeing these things as the natural consequences of a child's brain in an adult-designed world. It's little wonder that we so often look for certainty when it comes to raising children. We want an authority to tell us how to do it right. If there's an allegedly scientifically proven method, whether it involves controlled crying or self-control in the face of marshmallows, we can't be judged for doing it wrong, right? Science made us do it. Why all parenting manuals are wrong. There's a joke. It's a long one and not brilliant, so please hang in there. It goes like this. A theoretical physicist gets caught in a terrible storm while she's driving home across the Pennines. The roads become impassable, so she abandons her car and sets off on foot towards a farmhouse she can see in the distance. She knocks at the door, and a woman answers. "Aye, love," says the woman in the house. The physicist explains that she's stranded and needs a place to stay for the night. "Aye, come on in, lass," says the woman, "but they'll have to take us as the finds us. It's lambing season and one at use is breech. I don't know aught about lambing, does there?"